jump in here real quick. What's up, guys? It's road trip morning. It is about to be 5 o'clock. We plan on leaving out at 5 a.m. driving down to Vegas from Los Angeles. So we have some miles to put on. It's a couple things I want to go check out inside Vegas today. So this is gonna be the first road trip. Well, not really first, but one of the first longer trips inside of the Ram Rebel. And this is literally the day after I got the lift kit and everything installed, so it's pretty good. We're gonna get some miles on the lift kit. I want to get about 1,000 miles before they retorque everything back down and make sure everything's set before we do our big road trip coming up in a couple weeks. So this is just a small little taste. Bring guys along with me. I'm gonna reset my trip meter, see what the gas mileage is and everything like that, and just see how it performs on the road. So I'm excited for that. But without further ado, let's go on the road and yeah, let's have some fun. Let's do it. Alright, so we are I think like 2 hours out. We're like halfway there. We've been blasting through. So far the truck has been doing great. No problems at all. It's been honestly wonderful. I just stopped to get some gas. There's a Starbucks that's like kind of halfway that I usually stop at. So we just stopped here. But yeah, long story short, the truck's doing great. Fuel economy, we're averaging around about 15 miles per gallon right now with these 35s on. So happy I got the all terrains versus those mud terrains. With the mud terrains going around 70, 75, the whole thing was shaking. Now on here, I was able to touch, let's say high 90s and no problems at all with the tires, so that's good. I just topped it off, even though this gas here is expensive. My God, I spent like $47. It is. I actually don't know how much this gas is. Oh, 5.6. Oh my God, that's expensive. Alright, we just filled up again. 68 bucks. Impromptu Vegas trip was good. Now I'm gonna be driving back home. I'm just moving this girl back to a different spot real quick. We just filled up. We're gonna be driving home. We'll get home after midnight tonight, but that's okay. Right now we just have to drive back home. I reset my trip meter. We were like 21 minutes into the trip and then I just stopped it again. We weren't low, but like we were under half of a tank, and I know we gotta go through the desert. I'm not trying to be like running out of gas going through Death Valley, and I figured it'd be easier to fill up here versus, you know, somewhere randomly off of like the highway. So all right, I'll let you guys know how it goes on the way home. Okay, so guys, this is, I don't know how many days later, a couple of days later, we made it back on the road trip. It was a success. I didn't really film too much on the way back home because it was late. We just were trying to get back home, and you really couldn't see much. But the truck did extremely well. I'm really happy with the new setup, how it performed on the road. It really did everything that we wanted it to do. So just referencing my notes, it looks like we averaged about 15.5 miles per gallon. I would say that's seems to be just about right. It definitely did take a hit on the miles per gallon, because I think before I was getting like 19, I want to say, on the highway, maybe a little bit higher, but it seems like right now it's getting about 15.5. So it did take a hit, but the fuel tank actually on here seems to be rather large, so we have a lot of range, if that makes sense. So there's some pros and there's some cons to it, but the vehicle itself, it did very well. Very happy. This was our test setup to go down to Vegas, come back, and just see like how comfortable it was going to be, because we're going to be taking it on another cross-country road trip and probably doing a couple more. So I really want to get everything kind of dialed in, and with the new lift kit and everything like that, it's actually really good because we can get all these miles on this thing right now. Because after the first 1,000 miles, I'm gonna have them do just a recheck of everything. They said they just torque everything down to make sure nothing came loose or anything like that. So that helped us out. They got us about 500 miles, actually a little bit more than 500 miles already on this lift kit, and yeah, performed well. There was one small thing though. Somewhere on this side there's some type of noise that's happening. I think it's the fender well. It's like, I don't know if you guys can hear, but I probably did a terrible job at that, but the fender well, I think one of the pins might have been loose in here, because I can just hear that kind of moving around slightly. And then, oh yeah, one other weird thing happened. When I got gas, I guess I didn't close fully the gas, like, cap fully, or the gas, I don't even know what you call it, the gas square on the vehicle. So when we were hitting around 90 miles per hour, we kept hearing this big whistling noise, but we found out it was just the air hitting it. So that's fine. But yeah, overall, the vehicle did great. Really happy with the setup. And this thing it's looking good. So overall, this vehicle did really well. I'm really interested to see how the comfortability is going to be on the highway after 10, 15, 20 hours of straight driving. Really interested to see what it's going to feel like after that. But if you guys want to know my thoughts on driving a Jeep Wrangler across the country, doing 2,500 miles straight instead of a Jeep Wrangler Unlimited JLU, check this video out when we took it on a cross-country road trip to Florida and back. Really interesting stuff here. Check this video out. See you guys in the next one.